Meanwhile, it's now emerged that a corporate lawyer in Mumbai, Janvi Gadkar, who rammed a speeding Audi into a taxi, killing 2 people in Mumbai, is almost a serial offender. She was reportedly involved in another case of rash driving. In a startling revelation, the deceased cab driver's daughter has spoken out, saying Janvi attempted to bribe the police to cover up the case.
Moments after the midnight collision on Eastern Freeway in Mumbai, survivors are pulled out from the mangled remains of the taxi, in which 2 lives were snuffed within seconds of a high-impact crash. These are pictures from the night of 8th June, when an Audi driven by a drunk lawyer rammed into this taxi. From the Sabuwala family, celebrations of their son's result turned into a tragedy.
Knowing that someone who knows, who is educated, who is a lawyer in fact, I mean that is such an ignorant person that she knows if she drinks what's going to happen, she knows what's going to happen if she drives on the wrong side of the lane, and most of all she knows the consequences of what's going to happen when everything, you know, the result of what she's done. I have feeling of anger, frustration, I mean furious. I'm absolutely furious with this.
2 days after the devastating accident, there could be more trouble brewing for corporate lawyer Janvi Gadkar. But this isn't the first offence by the Audi driver. She was earlier involved in a case of rash driving.
Janvi Gadkar knocked a security guard from behind in Govandi area of Mumbai. She was taken to Shatabdi Hospital in Govandi, Mumbai area for medical tests. However, her alcohol reports were negative, hence no case was registered against her. The doctor who did Janvi's medical tests identified Janvi as the same woman who did the previous incident.
Meanwhile, cops speeding up the investigation, building a watertight case against Janvi Gadkar.
जो अभी हमारे सामने तहकीकात के दौरान सबूत सामने आए हैं, वो काफी substantial है.
2 lives lost in a late-night accident. Will this bereaved family's cry for justice result in a wider crackdown on drunk driving? With Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
And I'm joined today by Nilufar Saeed, the victim's daughter. I appreciate your joining us, Nilufar Saeed. I know this is not an easy time for you and your family, but I want to raise that question. Is it true, as you are suggesting, that an attempt was made by Janvi Gadkar to bribe the police to get out of the case? Were you aware of this? Do you have knowledge of this? Do you have evidence of this? And is it true that the accused family has also tried to reach you and they've been offering you money to shut the case?
It's been an unfortunate situation that I wasn't around at the moment, but we have people, you know, the guy who actually, the Sabuwala family son who was actually in the car, he has heard from the people standing there that she, directly after hitting the car, she got out, people caught her, and she wasn't, nothing happened to her, and she was standing there completely ignorant, and she just wanted to sort of, she mentioned that, you know, the attitude was absolutely horrific, that, you know, she could just say like, you know, this, you know, kitna paisa chahiye, mujhe bolo, I'll give it to you and just let me get off with it.
Is this what eyewitnesses are saying? This is what eyewitnesses have told you?
This is what the people have said to me, and this is what I've heard from the news, and the guy itself who was in the car, the guy who passed his exams, who was in the car at the moment, he heard that as well.
Have the accused family tried to reach you, and are they offering you some kind of a deal?
No, that hasn't happened. At least not, nobody's contacted me in that regards, so you know, I can't say on that.
Janvi's mother has said that Janvi's mother has said, please treat this as an accident. It was a working day and she may have been returning from work. How do you respond? What would you like to tell her today?
You must be absolutely kidding me. This is not an accident. As I've said repeatedly, accident happens if someone has done something by mistake. But this is not a mistake. This is, in fact, she's done it. The fact that she can remember each and every detail in her confession shows that, you know, she knew what she was doing all the way along. She knew that she was going to get drunk. She knew, and she also mentioned that she just for fun she had some pegs of whiskey. For her it was fun, but that has taken lives away. That has destroyed so many lives. Not just the people who have gone, not just my dad, not just the uncle who's gone, but it's left me, my mum, the other family, everyone in a state of devastation. I mean, this can't be treated as an accident. I mean, this should be treated, I really want this to be treated as a murder, because if someone kills someone with a knife or a gun, it's treated as a murder. It becomes a hype. But if I have a rage with someone and I say, okay, I'm just going to drink and I'm just going to drive, I'm going to use my car as a weapon, is that okay? Would you say that if it was your son or your dad or any of your family member, in fact?
I completely
just think
empathize.
For a second.
I empathize with what you're saying, Nilufar. Let me also ask you one more thing. Noman Sabuwala, whose father Salim was also a victim of this accident, has said there were no policemen on the freeway, and even when the police arrived, there was no medical help available. And after a large crowd of people gathered, only a few helped us. Most stood around just clicking pictures. I want to know, in conclusion, what would you like to tell the people of Mumbai? As you said, tomorrow it could be anyone else who could suffer in the way that you and your family have suffered. What would you like to tell the people of Mumbai today and the police?
All I want to say is just close your eyes for a minute and just imagine that's your son lying down there. It's your husband. It's your brother. Just imagine, what would you do? What would you do in that situation? Wouldn't you come forward and help? Why are people not just, it's human. It's human to just help someone. Why wouldn't you do that?
Ma'am,
I can't understand.
Ma'am, your story could be the story of any Mumbaiker or any Indian in any part of the country.
Absolutely.
That's all I can. No one can share your suffering at the moment. Let's be honest. But at the end of the day, I just hope that this case wakes up people to the fact that you can use your car as almost like a fast coffin. And that's something that people need to realize. Our thoughts are with you, ma'am. And I hope you and your family have all the strength to take.
I'm just requesting, I'm please requesting that this should not happen, that it should just not be forgotten by people. Please don't forget about this. I know it might not be a big deal for everyone. It's a big deal for me and my family and the other family. But think, what if this happens with you? Please don't drink and drive. Please, for heaven's sake, please don't drink and drive. Please. And I want to use this platform to say that please treat this with, be strict with her. This should be set as an example for everyone. Please do not let her get away with this. And I please request that her license to practice law should be taken away, and there should be a message sent out that no matter who you are, how influential you are, how much you earn, whatever big company you work for, how many connections you have, how big of a car you have, you absolutely do not have the right to take anyone's life. It's not just about the property, it's about people, living beings, human.
Nilufar, you've made very, very strong comments. Your voice will echo. Trust me, your voice will echo. Anyone who's watching this program today will empathize with you. And I hope the Mumbai police is watching it. I hope people in Mumbai who drink and drive are watching what you're saying and listening to you very carefully. As I said, ma'am, there's nothing that I or anyone can today do and say that really we can only share your... We can only say sorry for what has happened, ma'am, to you. And I do really believe that cases like what you've gone through must become test cases for Mumbaikars to stop drinking and driving. And they will not, and they should not be allowed to get away. I can say that. No one should be allowed to get away, and no one in a big car can get away simply because they have that big car, ma'am. I take your words, and I hope those words will be imbibed by anyone watching this program today. Thank you so much for joining us in what is a difficult time, ma'am, for you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your emotions and your thoughts.
Thank you.